evening, everyone. Dr. Jacqueline King here, CEO and founder of Black Women Empowered. And as you know, my girl is here, Janelle Harris. She is the publisher of She Exists magazine. And we are just like connected at the hip. She's an amazing woman. Give her a little bit of background there, Janelle.
Oh, thank you, Dr. King, for just being connected with you, and I get some of that soul, good old wisdom from you. So you always call me. We're talking and getting some great energy. But my name is Janelle Harris. I am the publisher of She Exists magazine. But prior to that, I've done many years in corporate America, 17 years retired as a business developer slash marketer director. And within those years of 17 years, we've turned small business corporate into a multi-franchise. So my expertise is really helping doctors make money, do pull out the marketing strategy, the analysis, and just make company money. So now, as I'm being an entrepreneur, I find myself doing the same thing with the She Exists module, and I love it. But before all of that take place, I created a community called She Exists Network, and it's a safe community where everybody can come together in a safe space and network and build opportunities for businesses. That's what I do.
And so Janelle and I, we met through our mutual friend Kathleen Trigg Jones. Shout
Yes,
out to Miss Kathleen.
yes.
Thank you all for coming on. Post your comments, share the broadcast, all that good stuff. So we're here because we were together on our master class last week with Dr. Mathew Knowles. Some of you were on there, and some of you maybe didn't get a chance to join us. But Dr. Knowles dropped some really, really great nuggets. Tell them about some of the stuff that he shared, Janelle.
Yes. Oh my goodness. It was just magical in the room, right? And all of our guests was just so fired up and they were so interested about learning about entrepreneurs and what is an entrepreneur. But one of the things that Dr. Knowles discussed was his struggle and his hardship, right? And just his journey. And that stand out to me because he's saying, no one handed anything over to me, right? We worked hard and I went to college and everything that I've earned, I worked for it. So he talked about the who, the why, the when, and where. Beautiful nuggets. We learned about the accountability. We learned about marketing sales. We didn't dive too much into how that all forms and look because we were running out of time. We engaged with our attendees and it was well successful attended. I think we had about 25 people on there. And what I loved about it, Dr. King, all 25 people stayed on from the beginning to the end. And Dr. Knowles engaged and he had a Q&A. So one of the things we found out about who's an entrepreneur, it's an entrepreneur is a person. We looked at it as a verb of a engine that works 24/7 and align themselves with themselves in order to understand network marketing. And what I mean by understanding yourself, you have to get in alignment with self as far as inspiration, motivation, and igniting all the elements of what it takes through communication, what it takes through network marketing, what it takes to building relationships. And then he talked about your product, moving your product. But one of the things that stood out to me, Dr. King, was that, did you notice Dr. Knowles invested? So he formed an operation, he formed his formula, and he sold his product. So he had residual income coming in. And so, Dr. King, just to piggyback off of that and have you dialogue, I feel that some of our entrepreneurs, even myself, we don't know how to sustain residual income.
Right. So I learned a long time ago that as an entrepreneur, you can't set your sights on one thing and that be it. So if you've never heard the term multiple streams of income, Dr. Knowles is masterful of getting multiple streams of income. So even though he did formulate Destiny's Child, everyone knows Beyonce and Solange are his daughters. Way before that, he was a salesperson. You know, he was in pharmaceutical sales, and he worked, and him and his ex-wife, Tina Knowles, they had a beauty salon that they started, and he was saying how he made his first $1 million at the beauty salon. So he has evolved, and one of the things that you have to realize is that you can't stay in that same place forever. You have to keep evolving. And I'll use BWE as an example. We started out on Blog Talk Radio. Some people don't even know. I don't even know if it still exists. But we were doing our interviews and stuff on Blog Talk for about 5 years. And then we went to Periscope, and then we went to Facebook Live, and now we're on LinkedIn and Instagram and Twitter and TikTok and all of the social medias. But guess what? I had to learn all of them.
Yeah.
Nobody took me by the hand and said, this is how you do it. You have to invest in yourself. How bad do you want to be successful? And it's a lot of work. No one said it was going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but you have to be committed and persistent and have consistency. Those are the keys in anybody, for anybody to start a business and keep it going, right?
Wow. Yes. Yes. That's jewels, as they say. Jewels. Yes.
So Dr. Knowles we got some good feedback. We got some of the ladies posted on Facebook and LinkedIn that they were surprised that he was so approachable and so
Yeah.
down to earth.
Yeah.
I mean, he talked like he was in your living room,
Yeah.
and you and him were friends forever. That's who he is, and he enjoyed it. I remember when I got ready to end it, he goes, "Oh, no, 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 no,
Right.
no."
He's like, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so we have the opportunity. Black Women Empowered is committed to helping women and really focusing on Black and brown women, helping them to get to where they want to be. Everybody doesn't want to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, that's okay. You can use what we're giving in any area.
Yeah.
Even if you're just in corporate America, you
Yeah.
can learn how to maneuver your way in corporate America. I spent almost 26 years at the largest electric and gas company in New Jersey. So if I say that, everyone knows what it is. But the point is, you know, you can be a leader without having a business.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a business focus. You can be a leader in your church or your organization or whatever. And so what we're giving nuggets and information. If you join our business network that's going across the bottom screen, we have financial literacy, we
Yeah.
have real estate, um, wills, trust, and probate, uh,
Yeah.
accounting, and so much more. Marketing.
Hmm.
Janelle is great with marketing, and so is Kathleen. And I'm doing social media. We have so many people doing. We have mental wellness.
Yes.
Gosh, I can't even get exercise, fitness. There's so much there. It's not just for the entrepreneur. So I know we ladies, we queens, we like to look good.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
spent a
Absolutely.
grip on a hairdo. Let's keep
Yeah.
it real. I mean, a low ball hairdo is $100.
Right. Right.
When you start getting up, especially if you're in New York
Yeah.
or upstate like that. So if you can spend $150 on a hairdo,
Yeah.
why wouldn't you spend $97 for a whole year
Yeah. Yeah.
to get access to this network or to,
Absolutely.
depending on the level that you want to go to? Why wouldn't you invest in yourself? That's a no-brainer.
Absolutely. And that's a very good statement. You spend $100 on your hair, but then that's not an investment. That's a temporary fix, right? But an investment in yourself, it's for long-term goals. And it's so funny you said that because, of course, somebody like me just been there, done that. And, because I had that good job, right? Just never thought that, I'd be retiring. But anyway, I get to a point in my life, fast forward, and was that really necessary? Was the Benz and the Lexus. So now it's like, I want more out of life. I want to be able to invest and then something Dr. King sacrifice. So one of the things that where I am in my life, if I worked so hard for 17 years for a 9 to 5, I have to invest that sacrifice within myself, right? And so being a partner and partnering and investing in Black Women Empowered Network, that's a long-term investment because then that turns into residual income, turns into knowledge, education, network marketing. And a lot of times, entrepreneurs do not understand how to network, right? Or even say, hey, Dr. King, I want to be a part. And I find myself just meeting a lot of women where they've been hurt before, they've been scammed, or they've just been bitter because life beats you up. So where's that mental state? So now being a part of Black Women Empowered Network, you're not only just getting the financial aspect, you're getting health and wellness, right? You're getting the holistic part. And so one of the things, if you will, before I move over to you, Dr. King, is that working 24/7 does require a mentor, right? A lot of us don't know how to ask for the mentor, and we don't know how to find the right mentor. So these is questions that I've overcome, and I'm just sharing it on the Black Woman Empowered Network because I'm sure many other ladies or men like myself have these same questions. So, what can they expect when they reach out to you, Dr. King, for advice into why I should be a part of the Black Woman? I love the ring to it, Black Woman Empowered Network. What should they expect?
Well, you know what? I've been doing this, Black Women Power. Maybe everyone doesn't know. I've been doing this for November will be 12 years.
Yes.
I've been mentoring women privately in my inbox and through emails,
Yeah.
forever. I'm just doing it on a much larger scale
Yeah.
now. And so to me, I just turned 66 July 15th.
Ooh,
So
look good, look good, look good. You look
thank you.
so good. Yes.
Thank you. But I didn't say that, to get a compliment. I say that to say that I have attained wisdom
Yes.
that I'm willing to share with the queens that follow us.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to take advantage of Dr. Knowles? And I think he told his age. He's 71. I think he is. I think he just turned 71. I know he looks good too. So you got some real good wisdom. So we've made mistakes.
Yeah.
You
Yes.
know, we failed,
Yeah.
and we just dust ourselves off and just
Yeah.
keep going because failure doesn't mean the end of the world.
Yes. Yes.
You
Yes.
have to go through some failures to get to success. That's
Mm.
a given. You're
Yes.
going to fail, and you might as well accept it now. If you're afraid of failure, you're not going anywhere. That's a fact.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
a fact. So,
Yeah.
um, not just that, and we have inspiration too on the network. You can go
Yeah.
there, Dr. Joyce Haddon and Pastor Karen Jones. They do inspiration, and
Mhm.
they're There's some other ones. We have a medical doctor, Dr. Mercy, comes on and talks about women's health issues. There's so much
Yes,
more. I can't remember everything.
yes, absolutely. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's an opportunity. Of course, everyone knows my area is always networking and also building a following. We have 3 million followers on Facebook, 200,000.
Woo! Did you say 3 million followers?
3 million followers on Facebook, 200,000 on Instagram. I mean, on LinkedIn, 100,000 on Pinterest, 70 some thousand on Instagram, and 14,000 on TikTok. Yeah, we're everywhere. Pinterest, everywhere. So I mean, clearly, you know, I've unlocked the key to understanding how to build a network and following.
Yes.
And it came from studying,
Mm-hmm.
repetition. I know one thing that Dr. Knowles said, that uh, people who are serious about their business, they don't get a lot of sleep. That's just, I've heard Steve Harvey say that.
Yeah.
We were at Janelle and I will be texting at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Haven't we?
Yeah.
She'll text me and she'll be thinking I'm asleep, and I'll hit her back, and but that's just what we do,
Yeah. Yeah.
because we know that it has to get done,
Yeah.
and so that's real commitment. If you're committed, and I always say, if you uncover your passion, your purpose will be revealed.
Ooh, oh my goodness, that's a jewel. That's a nugget. I'm taking that one. Yeah.
Yeah, because if you let, Dr. Knowles will say it over and over again. This is not a job for me. He does public, so he said this is fun. That's
Wow.
what I'm doing, what I love to do. So it's easy, it's fun, I'm making money, all of that.
Yeah.
So, and then we also have a young lady coming, and Dr. Jessica Houston will be coming on, and she'll be teaching how to make money off of public speaking. There's so much
Yes.
there.
Yes.
You can't really afford not to. And even like I said, even if you don't want a business, maybe you have to do presentations at your church, on your job, for $97 or $297 a year. Please,
That's
that's
right.
that's no
Yes.
money.
Yes. Invest. And let's talk about the entrepreneur that is there's the entrepreneur, she or he has a lifestyle, has a product, right? And she's saying, hey, I don't need to join a network. I have a business. But I don't think they understand collaboration is the key to currency, right?
Yeah.
So I do want to share with what Dr. Knowles mentioned. When you align yourself with other networking or other network professionals, you are able to understand what's out there, because he talked about don't be afraid to reach out to your competitors, right? And oftentimes people are afraid. They're afraid to reach out to their competitors. They're afraid of someone's going to steal my idea. And so Dr. Knowles shared some vulnerability of his journey. And I said to myself, as the host, and thank you so much, Dr. King, for entrusting me to facilitate that. One of the things, if you notice, I was so wrapped up in receiving the education that I was soaking everything up. But one of the things I've noticed is that at his age, his demographic, and his stature and foundation, he was still able to deliver vulnerability, and that was relatable. So basically, for me, failing and getting back up, and failing and getting back up, I've learned that I need to apply the other elements. So coming onto the Black Women Empowered Network, I need to partner with real estate, right? Because I do network marketing. And then me and the realtor can collaborate, and we will probably be able to do workshops, right? Then I would be able to bring my entrepreneurs into the community, and they can learn about investing and flipping homes. So I wanted to kind of break that down in baby steps so people understand that if you are if you have a job or you have a product, you can have and find value within the Black Woman Empowered Network. So I wanted to share light on that as well.
Yeah, and I always say, no man is an island.
By himself.
Can you start a business and make it by yourself? You can, but it's so much easier if you collaborate and network. Because I might be good at something, like say I'm good at social media, and you're not good at social media. You're good at marketing. I'm not good at marketing. We put it together. That's a win-win.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right.
So I'm really psyched about the network. And also, by the way, it's going across the screen. You can go to the network and check it out. And even if you don't join immediately, the radio station, we launched our gospel radio station. So if you go there, you can click on there and listen to good gospel music for free.
Yes. Yes.
And that's not bad either. But I think that every woman that follows us, they need to join.
Yes, absolutely.
It's a sisterhood like no other.
Yes, absolutely.
Been around for a long time, like over a decade.
Wow.
And I need you, you need me. I went to a training on Saturday on mental health. Actually, it was suicide in the Black churches. It was a training. I really didn't know what, someone invited me, and I really didn't know what I was going to. It was so interesting because I like to see people focusing on real issues. And so this organization, which I believe is a nonprofit, they go around to different organizations and do training on suicide in the Black churches. And they give you tools to be able to deal with it in church. But they use scriptures and they use biblical principles. I've never seen it done, but it's really, to me, I mean, I grew up in the church. My grandfather was a pastor. People who know me know this. It's important because there's a lot of pastors that are committing suicide.
Wow. Yeah.
Being a pastor is not easy. There's a lot of people in the church that are committing suicide. They're going to church, and a church is supposed to be a hospital.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be the hospital for Christians. And some Christians can be really cruel.
Yeah.
And they don't want this kind. They don't want that. They don't want that. But Jesus loved everybody.
That's right. That's right.
He didn't turn anybody away. And so if we call ourselves Christians, we're supposed to be emulating him. Not being judgmental, because guess what? God is the only judge.
Yeah. To counter that as well, it goes back to these unrealistic expectations, right? That we tend to put on ourselves, whether we are in a unit. So let's just say maybe you were a preacher's kid, right? So I noticed that even we take the church concept, and just, your boss might have a huge expectation, or you being married and having a huge expectation. This is where mental illness comes in. And it's just, you're the, entrepreneur lifestyle. and you want to have everything perfect, or if you're working on a project and then this fails or something. I believe that we put so much expectations on ourselves that now the demand becomes so high, and then it's like you're trying to reach to all these expectations, and then you're overwhelmed. And this is why, again, we need the Black Women Empowered Network, because now we can get mentorship, because it's the higher the level, the higher the calling, no matter what it is, the higher the income is, right? And you're trying to keep up with this lifestyle, and not lifestyle of materialistic things, but lifestyle of moving to your goals. I heard, I think Oprah said it. No, not Oprah, Michelle Obama. And she was being interviewed. And she says, well, I get anxiety. That doesn't mean that it's bad anxiety, but
Exactly.
it's anxiety of, I want to do better. I want to own my home. I have this blueprint and I want to be able to accomplish my goals. And that's good anxiety, whether people look at it bad or not, but it's an anxiety of me trying to accomplish the things I put in place. And that, again, is a development of what we're trying to process, and sometimes we don't have the proper tools in place to help balance that
Mm.
expectation. So, and I say that because I formulate that with the church. How many of us just found Christ, and when you know that, you're trying to read the Bible, you're trying to understand, and but we perceive this as we have to be this, good servant. What is a good servant? What does that
Mhm.
look like? And so I believe churches need to have that health and wellness, and that whole mental process, because nothing's easy, you know. And so it's all in how we comprehend things too, Dr. King, because we have to understand, like you said, Rome's not built in a day. But what are the expectations that we are leaving for ourselves? Because when you jump into being an entrepreneur, it's like you got to do this, you got to get your domain, you got to get your P&L, you got to get all these things, and then you may be still in a 9 to 5. So, and you're currently living a fixed income, trying to grow. How does that look like? And I was actually talking to somebody today, and she broke down with tears, and I thought about this, and she's
Mm.
saying, I'm in my area, and I do here, and I just can't get to the other part of where I need to be, and no one's helping me. And you know what I said to myself? I was once her, where nobody helped me. Everything that I've learned, I groomed myself, but it came with one idea. And that idea was, I want better for myself, right? And so I saw a woman crying out for not help, but she's crying out because I want more. I'm out here, I'm seeing all these competitors and they're doing great. And she's saying, what is it that I need to do to be great, right?
Mhm.
And that's amazing. And actually, speaking about her, Dr. King, I need to bring her to the forefront and introduce you to her. And her name's April Phillips, But my whole point to that were her tears, is because that passion is coming out of her. She's ready
Mhm.
to just run this race. So all of that works in alignment with mental health, and having health and wellness.
Well, I tell everybody, a lot of people say, you know, why does it have to be Black women empowered? But I'll tell you this. Um, Look at what we're going through now in life. The reality is Black women have always had challenges in
Right.
life. the majority are single mothers raising kids, working 2 and 3 jobs,
Yes.
not getting promoted on the job. I mean, I went through all that, so I know. I'm not telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. Um, Having to work 3 times hard as our counterparts just to get not even equal pay. That's reality.
Yeah.
Whether you choose to believe it or not, if you haven't experienced it, keep living. You will,
Yeah.
because uh, the black woman and the black man, we also have black men in power. We take a lot of hits. I mean, look at, and I'm still floored about the young man. And I know I tend to go off course, but the young man who they sent to sick the dog on, that got out the truck and had his hands up, and they still let the police dog go and bite him. And
Oh, okay. Okay.
the sheriff is saying, "Don't let the dog loose," and he does it. What are we worth to society? And if
Mm,
we don't work together and support and work with each other, we don't have anything else.
yeah.
This is all we got. No one's coming to save us. We are our own saviors.
Yeah.
That's why we need, uh, you know, networks like Black Women Empowered. And we're not the only one. There's others, but it's not. It's a necessity.
Yeah.
It's no longer an option.
Wow. The way you've articulate that is so true. Um, and sometimes again we don't work together because of fear, or ego, and we don't want to put our differences aside, you know and then that comes with growth, personal development, so and how bad you want it, just put a business aside, how bad you want to build your character, your integrity, and when you do that, you automatically will start to align yourselves with like-minded, and Dr. King, I got to tell you this, just growing up and being around so many bad apples, because for me it's like, oh, you get a network, you get a magazine, you get a feature, but because I'm built with character, so for me, I understand the building fundamental, right? But when I decided to break away from what's not working in terms of with people, I met you in my life, I met a Kathleen in my life, and then it started that domino effect. And then pulling your magic, as I will say confidently, it just allows me to think, because now my posture has to be right, my whole speaking habits, and the things that I do and the things that I continue to do, that has to be in alignment with what we're doing, so this is important for personal development. Somebody say personal development. We may not know what that looks like or what that is. You have grown folks, that are, successful, may not understand what personal development is, because they're just we're so used to burning that craft, whether, let's just say, they're making money and their gift is making money, and they perfect their gift as making money, but then they have no personal development. And it was like, I never thought about that. So I say that to say, personal development is something that we always want to work on, and build character. Yeah.
And just, just a sisterhood, somebody who understands you,
Yeah.
understands your struggles, because with the network you can go in there and you can make your own profile. You can email, text each other back and forth in the inbox. If you do have a business and you sign up for the 297 plan, you can promote your business, your books, anything that you're doing. I mean, really, that's that's like gold
Yeah.
for $2.97. I've seen people pay for an ad, one little ad for less than, more than that. They pay, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
$1,000 for an ad. I'm talking $2.97 for a year.
absolutely. Yes.
So, I'm not gonna continue to beat a dead horse, but the reality is something that's to your advantage, to
Yes.
your benefit, to seriously take a look at the network, bwebusinessnetwork.com, and make a decision. You're going to join, you're going to network, you're going to grow professionally, personally, and inspirationally. That's
Yes.
what it's about. So I'm done. We're not gonna go on all night. We really wanted to let you know what you missed if you didn't sign up for the masterclass. I'm actually doing one in September on networking and social media and followers. We do have a financial one coming up. I'm sure Janelle will be doing one on
Yes.
marketing. So we do have different experts doing master classes, and we have expert videos that you can see as well. And then you get inspirational text messages, I believe, on a daily basis. There's a lot that you'll get, but Janelle, sky's the limit for us.
Yes, think big. I was at this conference that you talking about that, and think big. That's all I heard. Think big. So let's join Dr. King, Black Women Empowered Network, to think big, because we can think big together.
Absolutely. Well, Janelle, thank you so much. Thank everyone that tuned in, everyone that will tune in later. Share the broadcast with your friends, your coworkers, your family, your enemies, whatever. So, with that, I'll say good night and thanks again for joining. We'll be back with some more updates, but thank you for joining. And I hope everyone has a blessed and beautiful evening.